Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session, and be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight and neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring attention to this bell sound, and while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra, just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we try to share some basic informations for yourself to develop, build up a very clear, good spiritual foundation, especially with the meditation. Because when it comes to meditation, even though we practice, and sometimes we practice out of believing, and we have no idea from where these teachings came and for what reason this teaching came. And sometimes we look for our happiness and satisfaction, but that happiness and satisfaction depend on our own interpretation and our own point of view. And most of the time we have a life, it's kind of like we call the self-centered life. So the self-centered life means always with our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, we go with the perception being centered, that idea, I am, this is me. And when you have the self-centered idea, what happened, your point of view start to get nourished out of that. And then whatever you think, or then out of your own desires, you develop that self-centered mind, expand the area of your moment experience. So that is where you go to the past and you go to the future. So that's why when it comes to practice, you have to remember, you have to know very clearly. And out of this practice, what happened to you? What we gain? So out of this practice we gain, in the very beginning, we recognize the very nature of life. And then deeper, we recognize the very nature of the mind. And so out of these two, so first you recognize the very nature of the life and the very nature of the mind. So out of these two, what happens? Slowly, deeply, you are capable to reach to the very bottom level of the nature of life, which we call emptiness. So that is the absolute truth that we gain. And when it comes to relativity, when you go deeper into your mind, you recognize the very nature of the compassion. So there are two things. One's the compassion, and other one the emptiness. When you are capable to reach to this both, your liberation unstoppable. There's no way that you're going to come back to this conventional level of existence. So, practicing, giving you ability to experience this little by little and go into deeper, and that is where you recognize this all in the internal, external, this material world, this everything depend on cause and effect, causation. And for the moment, we can see things, we can experience, but there is no anything inherent, unchangeable, permanent, concrete source. Everything appeared and everything depend on something. That's the very nature of this whole material. So when it comes to mind, that everything in our mind limited by collected perception. That's the very nature of the mind. And once you recognize that the life we experience is depend on the condition of the mind, and the very principal essence of the existence is our mind. So your existence, the very essence of your existence is your mind, and that mind limited by collected perception. So it's a, and when you are, but your awareness is not limited to perception. So otherwise, if I make it more simple, our life means what we saw, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, what we feel, what we think. Beyond that, you have no idea about life. So then whatever you experience, your perception is very limited to you. It has many reasons to be limited like that. So then if you become limited to perception, that means what? Your existence itself limited. So that is what called the samsara, one way. And another thing is the existence means how we exist like this. So before we go into that, I go back to the Buddha's life. And he went through all the practice, and he went through all the teachings, methods during that time, whatever that people used to practice to gain the liberation, but he didn't find it. And then finally he get out of the 5 ascetics, and then he went by himself. Before he sat under the Bodhi tree, he had one determination. So one is, even I die without attaining to the Buddhahood, or without finding this ultimate truth, I'm not going to get out of this. Even I die, it's okay. That's a very important principle that you have to understand. The very nature of the existence is survival. Each and every cell in your body always try to survive. So survive means escape from death. This everything, all the living things have this nature. It always try to escape from the death. So our entire this body, a mind, the behavior, each and every neurons, each and every cell in our body, each and every atom itself, try to escape from the death. That is what give the meaning to this existence. That is what we call living. Another thing is the fear. The fear is the major thing that we resist, that everything with our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, the very nature with the perception also, the get out of the fear. Why the fear? Because of we have the fear of death. So then what happened, why this fear become stronger regarding the death? Idea of I am or the self is the epicenter of the fear of death. So once you have the idea of I am, and then what happened around it, you build up the power to escape from death. And then just imagine, even that, life to life, existence to existence, again and again, your consciousness visibly, invisibly, catch another thing, to live. Even maybe you select the heaven, maybe you more better place. Even you have the idea of resistance towards the hell. Why you afraid to go to hell? Because of the death. So why you want to go to heaven? And deeply you will, if you recognize, you will see. Because there is no death. So this idea of death governs this existence. And visibly, invisibly, this entire body react to that. So now you can see that when it comes to the liberation and the enlightenment, so the one thing that what the Buddha determined, even he died, he didn't care about the death. See, in that very moment, he get out of one kind of like this being self-centered. Otherwise, it become always a struggle. In day-to-day life, in everywhere, with every situation, look what happens to us. It's always this struggle. The good health means, the bad health means, pain means, the comfort means, the way we struggle with the death. So then remember, the death going to be there when you settle down yourself thinking this body is you, this mind is you, this eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind experience is you, this consciousness is you. But deeply, if you are capable to go to the very bottom level, you will recognize that everything happened as a result of something. So that understanding giving you kind of like a settle down. It's not with the idea of self, but everything to settle down as it is. It's another way it's called landing. So landing is kind of like, after a journey, you come home. So your tranquility state means that your mind landing to its own place. Why? Because our mind always traveling here and there, always in a journey, always to something not in you, something beyond you. Keep looking, keep following, chasing. And even we have no idea where we heading, where we going. So landing means you withdraw from that nature. You allow everything to settle down. And you allow your mind to be as the mind. And you allow everything to be its own place rather than pulling it towards you. See that we have the very inner nature that always mentally we grasping, clinging, pulling towards, because now you centered with the self. I am here, this body. And then even far away things from your mind, you like to pull towards you. And it is so strong. It can go beyond this planet to another, far away to another planet. That's why even from this planet, like this Lilliput human beings far away, that another planet, Mars, and people from here mentally, they already pulling it towards them. They try to catch it. They will do that. That is the power of mind. That this power of mind bigger than this universe. It go to another planet. From there, it will go to another planet. It's in a journey. There's no end. So if you keep catching, if you keep holding, grasping, clinging, there's no end. This entire universe, you can keep going. So while you keep going deeper, you have a struggle with the death. So just now imagine that. You have a journey, and at the same time, you have a resistance. You want to go towards something, and at the same time, you want to escape from something to different nature. So that itself creates a struggle. That is what another way is. It's called this life is suffering. Because we go towards something at the same time. We have a struggle to escape from death. So once you allow yourself to settle down things, you withdraw from that, you divorce from that nature of grasping. And that itself gives you the comfort. So have it within yourself first. Experience it. And then you will see. It's always more better than grasping, clinging, holding nature. That doesn't mean you escape from the world. No, the world going to be like this all the time. It doesn't matter you are here or not. It doesn't matter today or tomorrow or yesterday. World always going to be like this. But the thing is that the fear that we go through is going to become different. So they just imagine from the beginning in the ancient time, people had the fear, kind of like escape from wild animal, like a dinosaurs or like the huge animals. And the people had the fear of death to escape from them. And then after that, they had the fear for the enemies. Always people may, the group of people, tribe may attack them. And somehow they escape from that. And then the people had the fear about the war. And somehow they came out of it. And now people have the fear about that something will overtake this consciousness, this artificial intelligence. So just see, the environment, the very nature of the event change by the time. Today we are not afraid for wild animal will catch us. Today we are not that much into when other tribe will overtake our land or the house or attack like this. No, we don't have that anymore. And today it's kind of like, even though we have fear regarding that the war, but it's not like in the ancient time that the people had the fear. It's different. And today, and we have no kind of like a fear about this God or the natural disasters or kind of like that. Even though things happen, we don't have the fear about this unknown fear. So today now we have the fear about this, the consciousness. And this all, behind this all, if you look very carefully, eons by eons, generations to generations, still we have the same fear. The outside evidence change. What is that? The same fear? Fear of death. It's same. 1,000 years ago, your ancestors had the fear to escape from a wild animal. And today, we have the fear regarding this artificial intelligence, the fear the same. But the two different sources, two different things. So then by the time something else comes. So then why this fear come like this way today, especially with these machines and technology? Why people are so afraid for this? This is the thing. People didn't understand the nature of the mind or the human life. They don't know what is the human life. If they know the very nature of the human life, they never going to have the fear about this artificial intelligence or the machines or the technology. So they have very limited understanding. They think this human mind is depend on the capacity of we collect the information. That's why we think, oh, whatever the information we collected, that is our human mind. It is not human mind. Your human mind, your life mean not the information you collect. It is something more different, that your human mind has capacity to experience something. So that is what the power of human mind is. Rather than collecting informations and go with the memory, if you are capable to understand the very moment, in this very moment of your very being or the experience, then you recognize what is the beauty of this human life. And then you never going to think about these machines or technology, or you're never going to afraid about that. So that's why the way we understand humanity, we compare to these things. So meditation will give the ability for you to experience this, the very nature and the power or the capacity of this, your very existence or the very human life. And once you experience that, you know there's no replacement for that. And whatever it come as a result of human consciousness, not something beyond human consciousness. So that's why, especially like this time, practicing meditation, give the ability, allow yourself to settle down everything as it is, rather than flying here and there. So if you're flying here and there, what will happen? This roller coaster in your mind always going to become more busy. And that out of that busyness, always we get misunderstanding or disappointment. And then the deeper the fear accelerate. This fear becomes stronger. And when there is fear, anything can go wrong. So that's why in the wisdom path, it gives the clarity, and out of that clarity, the very first thing happen is you slowly withdraw from the fear that you have regarding the death. And once you have that peace, other things going to become okay. And that is where that impermanence or the emptiness and the same time, now you understanding how other people struggle and why other people have this fear. It because of deeper inherent fear because of the death. That is where deeply you have the compassion towards them. That's where you're not going to disturb anybody. So then your compassion become action. It's not become a thought. It's become action. And then that compassion and the emptiness once come together and get married. That's your enlightenment wedding going to become beautiful. But now what happened? Now what we married to, the fear and the grasping. Fear, grasping, clinging, grasping, always the fear. That's why you hold it to something. So you into wrong marriage. Just imagine if you are into wrong marriage, what happens? Always drama, always life in drama. So, so this is what. So that's why. So the meditation means you divorce from that wrong marriage. You get into the right place. Don't afraid to do it. Because if you don't do it while you are here in this life, maybe another time we're not going to get it. So that's why. If you know things not happen the way you want, why still you keep going that way? Why still you keep repeating things? It is better you look into yourself and see. And so meditation gives that clarity, the strength, ability to deeper go and see. So then when you observe, settle down with the inhalation, exhalation. If the mind go here and there, bring it back. And so whatever comes to your mind, don't go with it, just recognize. Any feelings arise, don't react to it, just recognize. And recognize, don't settle down with it. Whatever another, something strong arise, just recognize. And at the same time, if the mind go far away from you, come back and settle down with the breathing. And by the time, that moment by moment, whatever you experience, there is no concrete, permanent moment of experience. It's all change. So recognize that change. And that change will take you to the next moment. Unsatisfactory nature. And it will take you more, little bit deeper, selflessness. And once you have that, you are not a struggle to settle down with the self-centered mind. When there is no self-centered mind, there is no fear for death. When there is no fear for death, all the struggle gone. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. In your right palm on your left and neck, head straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So bring attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens through the sensation, recognize it. Do nothing extra. Bring my attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, the stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward, and upward. To all six directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha, and also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata cha ammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya Dhamma Dhamma Patipattiya Buddham Pujemi Dhammang Pujemi Sanghang Pujemi Attaya Imaya Patipattiya Jati Jara Vyadhi Maranam Ha Paribunjissami Idamme Punya Kammang Asavakkaya Vahang Hotu Sabba Dukkha Pamunchatu. Bless you.